Welcome to The Why. In our podcast, The Why, we're going to cover topics that are important to SAP customers and to our team. We want you to share this information internally. We want you to share this information outside of SAP Ariba. And we want you to be able to connect with other thought leaders in our business. This week, we are at SAP Ariba Live in Las Vegas, which is the place to be for companies learning about B2B transformation. We're talking to customers, partners, and Ariba employees about the digital transformation journey that they are on. Joining me in today's podcast is the Cloud Services team at SAP Ariba, led by Val Blatt. Cloud Services team, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, so this team is a little bit of a new team, a little bit of an old team.
Yeah.
Right, but certainly a new way in which we're delivering services for our customers. Give us a little bit of information, or tell us a little bit about why we put together the Cloud Services team.
Yeah, thanks, John. And as you know, as you said, it's a little bit of the new team and a little bit of the old team. And we basically took 3 or 4 different distinct services groups across SAP Ariba and put them under one Cloud Services team. And really, our true purpose is to help customers drive their digital transformation and be successful. So different than our partners, and we'll talk a little bit about partners at the end, who really live to make sure the customer continues to use their services. Our goal as a services organization is really to make our customers successful on their own.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That makes a ton of sense. You know, as a cloud company, helping our customers get started, be self-sufficient, right, and to get on the adoption path that they've set out. Very, very, very important.
Yeah.
I see you've got some folks from your team joining us today.
Yeah, so I'll let them introduce themselves, but I have with me one new face, as we're talking about new and old, one new face and one kind of old face, even though he looks great.
Call him mature face.
Mature face. Charmaine Seabury is with me, and I'll let her introduce herself, as well as Mark Bennick. So why don't you go ahead, Charmaine, and introduce
Charmaine and Mark, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. As Val said, I'm a new face to Ariba. I'm not a new face to SAP. I've been with SAP since the Business Objects acquisition, so an old face for many people, but not so old in the Ariba world. So Val has asked me to come and join her team and to lead the services sales organization, and I'm very excited about that. We've had tremendous success in the past few years, and we're going to look to build and leverage and to grow on that, and to achieve some of the goals and targets that we have as an organization to support our customers. We're also going to be looking, and we'll talk a bit more about it in detail later, how we can work with our partners to accelerate the time to value for our customers and to find the right balance for all of us to work together to achieve that success.
And my name is Mark Bennick. I joined SAP Ariba in May of 2016. Really focused on supply chain, making that successful, and we realized that the additional complexities that are associated with supply chain, with direct materials, that really requires a little bit of a different approach. And I think what we are now putting together is an organization around supply chain, around direct materials, to make sure that we can define the methodologies, that we can define what it takes to give the customers the value that they're looking for. And that's what it's all about with supply chain management and the Ariba solution that we're bringing to the table here. It's all about making sure that more complex processes that customers and suppliers use, that they get quickly to the value that they're looking for, and that requires a little bit of a different direct materials mindset. So I'm really excited about bringing the team together and really starting to put that together, also together with our partners, because for supply chain and for direct materials, it's unthinkable not to do this without our partners. Partners bring a very unique focus, industry expertise, supply chain expertise to the table that we absolutely want to incorporate in our deployments.
Thanks, Mark. No, that's a good background. It's a pleasure meeting both of you. Val, can you talk a little bit about why you're excited to be at SAP Ariba Live this week, and what will the Cloud Services team be talking about in breakout sessions or even just in meetings with customers and prospects?
Yeah, so this is a really critical SAP Ariba Live for us, and I think for a few reasons. We're really starting to lay the foundation for this more value-driven deployment from our perspective. So we've developed this methodology called ARC, and it's kind of the how
What does
we're
ARC stand for?
Yeah, it's accelerate, realize, and your commerce. So is the C.
Gotcha.
And that methodology will be rolled out, and we have a few different breakout sessions. We have the Mark can talk a little bit about his breakout sessions that we're doing on direct materials, because it is, I think so different. And we do have, obviously a lot of the breakout sessions around realizing value through your supplier enablement, digitizing your commerce, and of course we have our pod breakout sessions where we have, our experts that are standing by to answer questions. But personally, I'll be doing a session at CAP, really talking about services transformation and garnering their feedback on some of the things that we're doing, to make sure that what we're doing not only resonates with kind of our largest group of customers, but allows them to help give input and feedback in time for us to change some things if we need to.
Right.
And then really honestly, I have a lot of one-on-one meetings with customers, and this whole services transformation is a topic. Customers get excited because I think a number of them have felt in the past some of the pain points around siloed organizations. So they get really excited when we start talking about bringing these organizations together under one umbrella, providing the expertise for direct suppliers kind of under one umbrella, and actually bringing the sales and the delivery team under one umbrella too, to make sure that whatever we're talking about in the sales cycle we can realize in delivery. But Charmaine or Mark, maybe you guys can talk a little bit about the sessions that you're involved in too.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting sessions going on around supply chain and direct materials. We have some strategic customers here this week. Microsoft is here, Stryker is here, we have GE here. So really good sessions we expect to have with a lot of interaction with other customers as well. So a lot of customers come here to learn from their journey, to get sort of the best practices, the stories that they went through. And that's really the exciting thing about Ariba Live. It's really having customers talk to customers, having them share their journeys, and also from our perspective, bringing in the expertise that we bring to the table, having the partners there where they bring their expertise to the table. And so it's really an opportunity for everybody to learn and take away a lot, going back to the projects that everybody's working on.
And from a service to sales perspective, we're not necessarily delivering sessions, but what's really vital for us in bringing our customers to this event is introducing them to some of our senior leadership team like Val and Chris, to understand how we are joined up and that we are creating a simplified way of transacting and doing business with us, to get them excited about the new and leading edge technologies that we're creating, to show them what a digital transformation can really mean. And for some of our larger SAP customers to understand that Ariba is part of the SAP family, and that messaging for digital transformation is the same no matter what you put on top of S/4HANA. All of our cloud products work together, and hopefully in a more seamless way than they've experienced in the past.
That's fantastic. Each of you talked a little bit about the partner community when you were talking about the new services, the cloud services team. Can you expand a little bit more on how we plan to collaborate with our partners, innovate, with our partners? You certainly mentioned that, our goal with our cloud services team is to make sure that our customers can adopt, right? And we can get them on the right path. Is that the only difference, or are there other things that you are going to be putting together with our partner community?
Yeah, our partners and our ecosystem is really important for us, not just from a scaling perspective. Obviously, we don't, as I said at the beginning, don't exist to actually become the biggest services organization in the world. We exist to actually make our customers successful. And so therefore it's really important for us to maintain a certain size that allows us to maintain expertise, but then use partners in areas, whether it's regionally or in specific areas where it's just better for us to have partners scale. So actually at 4:30 I'll be talking at the partner mixer and talking a little bit about services transformation and engaging them in that discussion. And yes, we want them to think about adoption the same way we think about adoption. So that is a continuous conversation and collaboration around how do we get our customers and our partners to think about driving value, not necessarily ours. And so we'll continue to work on that through some of the work Charmaine and her team is doing, but actually investment in a partner success team that will be focused on making sure our partners are successful during delivery. So a little bit different than our channels and ecosystem, what we've done in the past, where we focused a lot on bookings and making
Certainly.
sure that we're driving more bookings. This will be making sure our customers and our partners are successful during their deployment.
Right. Charmaine, you certainly bring a lot of expertise inside of the SAP community, working with our partners, and you've seen other business models. What do you expect from a go-to-market selling standpoint?
I'm really excited that Val and I are in complete alignment about making a slight shift in the way that we sell right now. I think we need to be focusing on all of the new innovations that we're doing, the leading edge of what we're coming out with, and we should be the SAP experts that our customers expect us to be. When something's live and running well embedded in, we would like the partners to be able to take the opportunity, because they know the customers that they're working with and they know their customer data, to be able to deploy that, and that we should be able to work alongside them, because I think successfully we're a three-legged stool. It's the customer, it's the partner, and ourselves. So what we're going to work with on a services perspective, now that services delivery and services sales work side by side, is creating the right sorts of offerings for our customers where we can work alongside the partner. We don't want to compete with the partner, and we don't want to do the same thing as the partner, but we want to deliver ongoing success. Because for our customers now, it's not just about going live and walking away. They have to realize the value and continue on a life cycle of adoption of new functions and new features. And we can only do that when we all work together successfully.
Makes sense. And Mark, in the area of direct materials, you've been clearly partnering from the very beginning. How has that experience been for the teams?
Yeah, no, absolutely. For direct materials, we're heavily leveraging our partners, their knowledge, their skill sets. There's a lot of supply chain knowledge out there that we can tap into. They also have a lot of industry experience that we want to bring to the table as well. So it's really important for direct materials that we work together with partners. And we've actually entered our methodology around really the partnering concept. We've sort of packaged our own services in such a way that we can plug in our partners depending on what kind of projects we go into, and also depending on what kind of partners we engage with, because some partners may be more experienced with our solutions and others may not be so experienced yet. And so we're also focusing a lot on training, certification, making sure that we can partner with any partner, whether they're in the beginning of the life cycle of their Ariba journey or already very much matured in that journey. So we're really trying to have an open approach to working with partners in all their different stages of the life cycle.
Great, fantastic. Val, last question back to you.
Yeah.
As the leader of the
Yeah.
cloud services team, and you've been putting this together, what are you most proud of now that we're at Ariba Live? What are you most proud to talk to with either the team or customers? What are you most proud about?
That's a great question. Honestly, I think it's the team. It's the people. I think for sure we have put together, I think, a world-class leadership team, both in their knowledge, in their ability, but just bringing a different kind of view to it. So you look at people like Charmaine, and we have a gentleman from LAC, Alessandro Polini, and a few others that have the cloud DNA and really, but have brought some really great different experience. So I'm most proud of the fact that we have a team that's actually thinking all the same, but thinking differently.
That's great. It's certainly a big accomplishment, so congratulations to all of you. So Mark, Charmaine, Val, thank you very much for joining me today on The Why, and have a great conference this week.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Our podcast, The Why, is put together by the People First team. We'll be producing The Why on a regular basis. If you have recommendations for topics, please contact the People First team. And please share this podcast with other members of our team or even outside our team. Thank you for listening to The Why.